2:17 on a Tuesday afternoon, a sensor registered a value that should have stopped the entire operation. The number flashed for less than a second, then disappeared. No alarm, no log, no witness. If you blinked, you missed it. Everyone did. Someone saw it. Someone hesitated. And then they did nothing. A near miss. It could have ended in disaster. This one fell through the cracks. No report was filed. No investigation. Just a quiet decision to move on. The unreported near miss is the most dangerous kind, because it will happen again. And next time, it might not miss. Every day, in every industry, small failures happen. A valve sticks, a reading drifts, a shortcut becomes routine. Most of the time, nothing catastrophic follows, so no one writes it down, and the organization never learns. An unreported near miss isn't a lesson. It's a permission slip. It tells everyone that silence is safe, that only injuries matter, not warnings. This pattern isn't tied to one industry. The signals show up early, but most systems aren't designed to recognize or act on them. The warning that stays hidden, that's the one that repeats. Last hour of a 12-hour shift. The operator, call him Carlos, had watched one gauge tick up a few points, then settle. Nothing dramatic, just a tiny flicker. He mentioned it twice. The number seems jumpy. The supervisor shrugged. Probably a sticky sensor. We'll check it next outage. Carlos didn't push. He'd learned that pushing rarely changed anything. The issue never got written down. Not because Carlos was careless, but because raising concerns rarely led to action. And the supervisor had learned that small anomalies rarely became big problems. Both were wrong. This was the first signal. Ignored not out of malice, but out of routine. Routine blinds you to the anomaly. It tells you what happened yesterday will happen today, until it doesn't. At 2:17 p.m., the gauge spiked. Critical reading for less than a second. Carlos saw it. His hand moved toward the emergency stop, then pulled back. He knew the procedure. Any critical reading required immediate shutdown and a report. But the reading was gone. The screen looked normal, and the shift was almost over. Stop the line, lose production, face questions, or let it go and go home on time. He called his supervisor. I think I saw a spike. The supervisor looked, shrugged. Probably a glitch. If it happens again, let me know. Carlos wanted to argue, but he was tired. The moment passed. No report. No investigation. The near miss stayed inside Carlos's head. The gauge would fail completely 3 weeks later, during a routine startup. The warning was there. The pattern was visible, but no one connected the dots. A week later, a technician found the problem. The sensor had a hairline crack. Intermittent failure for months. Replaced. No incident. Work order. Routine replacement. No connection to Carlos's observation. The near miss remained invisible. The organization never knew how close it came. What Carlos didn't know was that the same sensor failure contributed to a major incident at another facility 6 months earlier. The data existed, but the warning never traveled. This is how near misses become future accidents. Not because people are careless, but because the system isn't designed to learn from what almost happened. Most organizations have a near-miss process, but it only works if people trust it. If reporting feels like admitting failure, people stay silent. The issue isn't a lack of information. It's the gap between what's known and what actually gets acted on. Carlos saw the signal. The pattern was documented elsewhere, but no one closed the loop. Real safety leadership isn't about celebrating the absence of accidents. It's about investigating the ones that almost happened and acting. Months later, Carlos became a trainer. He tells new operators the story of the spike that never got reported. Not to scare them, but to teach them that silence isn't safety. He shows them how to file a near-miss report, and he tells them that the only bad near-miss is the one that stays hidden. Across different environments, the pattern is consistent. The warning is usually there early. Next time, it might not miss. Don't let it happen again.